Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by saying Kol Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the head apostles of GMS and a salute to the Ark. Coming back with another show on the go, on the move. And this is stemming off this video I'm looking at here on my news feed, where you got your current POTUS talking about more funding for Ukraine. You know, you got now he's talking about 1.3 billion, and you know, if you hear a lot of the rhetoric that this devil here is saying, you know, it paints the picture that Ukraine, you know, are the victims in this. You know, that everybody else is the victim, and that the Russians are the aggressors. All right. Now, this is all propaganda. All right. First and foremost, ain't nobody over there really, you know, to really see. You know, if you're an American, you just got to eat what you're told. Unless you're over there in Ukraine, actually seeing everything. Right. Now, we're gonna let me listen a little bit of this first so that I can get my point across. So you just heard him, and it pretty much paints, like I said, it paints the picture that America or the U.S. is the good guys, right? At the end of the day, they have forced Russia into a corner, and we have to consider the forces at play, because this is no longer a war between Ukraine and Russia. This is actually a war between NATO and Russia, right? It doesn't matter what you call a person. If a person is part of a military that's being funded to fight another military, whoever's funding and training that person is the one fighting that war against whoever the soldier's fighting. Right? Now they call it a proxy, but in all actuality, it's a hot war. It's a war between the NATO bloc and Russia right now. That's what's really going on. Right? And ultimately that's gonna bring in a nuclear war, because it's only a matter of time before Russia gets tired. Now they're trying to defeat Russia using the pretense of Ukraine, but it's really a NATO military. The Ukrainian army is really a NATO military, man. In this video, Biden said they have supplied Ukraine with enough anti-armor rockets, right? 10-1, he said. So per every Russian tank, there's 10 anti-tank weapons. All right. So what that is essentially, you know, the United States giving the ability to Ukraine to defeat the Russian army. All right. And if you were anybody that's in their right mind, that's a president, would just all outright go ahead and nuke Ukraine. All right, all outright go ahead and nuke America, because you're not fighting that country. You know, you're not fighting that country, and America is just prolonging the war. That's all they're doing, prolonging the war. More Ukrainians gonna die, more death. But this is the devil we're talking about, man. This is the devil. Why? Because Russia doesn't want to fall in line with these devil's new world order agenda, man. And that's what it's all about. It's all about this new world order agenda, which the so-called white man won't be able to fulfill, because according to the book of Job, you know, it says that when they're about to fill their belly, the Most High shall smack that spoon out their mouth, man. All right. So they won't be able to fulfill this new world order agenda, man. At the end of the day, now they're eating, but eventually they won't be able to fulfill it. Also, Joel, the 3rd chapter comes into play. You know, everybody, this World War 3 is being prepared. All the mighty men have woken up. You know, all the players of this Third World War are in play, okay, where they need to be. You know, we're closer than ever to an all-out war. And like I said in my other show, this ain't no, Sudan against Nigeria, or little African countries fighting, or the Dominican Republic against Haiti or Puerto Rico or something like that. We're talking about major world powers, man. And what makes a world power is thermonuclear missiles and their economy, all right, and their wealth, but mainly thermonuclear missiles, because Iran and North Korea are not as wealthy, but guess what? They have ICBMs, all right, and America won't dare, as of yet, to put boots on the ground in neither North Korea or Iran, because they know that this Rocket Man, and the Ayatollah will easily, quickly, in a hurry, nuke the U.S., man, and nuke everybody else that wants smokes. You see? But again, Zephaniah 3:8 comes into mind, all right, where it talks about that the Lord has laid up a trap for the prey. Wait upon me, and we've waited upon the Lord, man. Now we're seeing, the rubber hitting the road, man. Now we're seeing everything we've been saying and prophesying, saying before it happened, come into full fruition, because we waited upon the Lord. The Lord said, "Wait ye upon me, while I rise up to the prey." Zephaniah 3:8, man. So the Lord is rising up to the prey, and the Lord has already put the trap. The Lord has already put the trap in the minds of these kings, to go to war, and they're going to war. They're actually fighting, man. Doesn't matter. It's just a matter of changing the names. And right now they call it Ukraine against Russia, but in reality is NATO against Russia right now. Because why? Because the Ukrainian army is a NATO funded and trained military army. All right, it's funded by NATO completely, spearheaded by America, the whore, which is referenced to in the book of Revelation, the whore that sitteth upon the beast. All right, so this is not something far-fetched, man. And it goes into Esau's greed, man. This man's greedy. The book of Habakkuk tells us that his desires is as the grave, which cannot never be satisfied. All right, which is as hell that can never be satisfied, because he always wants more territory. He wants more and more, which is what NATO expansion is. NATO expansion is nothing more than Esau grabbing more of the world, man. Grabbing more of the world. And even Vladimir Putin said in one of the UN assemblies, he said that America has imperial ambitions, and that's correct. All right, that's correct, and they want to enforce their empire, which is why they spend so much money on their military, because that's what enforces their law. If you have an empire, you need your military to go enforce your laws, man. Russia, on the other hand, doesn't have those types of ambitions. They just want to be left the fuck alone. All right, so this is why, if you don't have those ambitions, you'll have a military set up, but in all actuality, you'll be investing your money on nukes, because you know and understand that a nuclear war, it's what will befall if you go against any world power, man. All right, so at the end of the day, man, things is looking grim. Things is looking grim, man. I just wanted to put that thought out there. Hopefully this was edifying, man. The only way out of this is, through being saved in a chariot, man, that the Heavenly Father, through Yahweh Shai, His only begotten Son, has mercy on you. If you're an Israelite, of course, all right, salvation is only for the elect of the nation of Israel, and that's the only way you want to escape the thermonuclear fire that's coming upon America. Presuming to Revelations, the 18th chapter, where it speaks of Babylon the Great being a desert, and what's going to make that desert happen here in America is these ICBM missiles hitting America, because there will be a nuclear war. All right, so with that, I'm going to say, Call halal